Okay, back to it. With yet another hourly candle. This is crazy. So, what exactly I was talking about earlier, buying the 40,400-ish area. Like I think in the prior video we were talking about buying 40,500-ish, like here as we broke underneath here, and then I was like, I tried to log in to buy, and I logged in late, and by the time I logged in, we were already in the mid 400s, and I was like, yeah, you could buy this, but I guess I'm just not going to because I'll just wait and see if we get a push through here down to 40,200, and look at that. We just bounced right there and we back up here. This 1 hour ended up closing as an outside up bar, still a doji, so still nothing too strong. But like if you did get this buy down here in 40,400, you're looking good for a shot at the highs here, for a shot at the close to 41,000, and that's like 1 to 1.5% is a decent trade. So I guess that's kind of what we're expecting is to keep pushing up here. I guess we might get like another opportunity to buy around 40,600s and look for a shot at the highs. But again, still in kind of a channel here. And even, especially now, we're slowly and steadily starting to build a little bit more of a um, sideways trading range. Really, all we're waiting for is for this to crash through the lows. If this crashes through the low of the channel, like we can expect to test the low of this potential horizontal trading range. So I wouldn't say we have a horizontal trading range yet, but I would say that if we break the low of this channel, which is not unlikely, I wouldn't say it's particularly likely, especially since we have the nice outside up bar, um, then this would be the next level. But yeah, as far as that outside up bar goes, it's not the best. It's not the best outside up bar because it's still effectively a doji. Let's just look at it like this. Still effectively a doji, but it is signifying some strength. Bears weren't really able to do anything down here, brought it back up into the channel, and once we break out of the channel and then we bring it back into the channel, much higher likelihood that we go and test the opposite extreme of the channel. So for that reason, if you have a buy in this area, 40,400s, 40,500s, you're probably safe to just sit on it because you have a great entry. And probably your stop would be basically you just watching this candle. If this candle closes like this, you're probably not going to get any money out of it. You just take profit wherever you're at as soon as you're able to get some decent money out of it. But if this like pushes up higher and like ends up closing as a green trend bar closer to 40,800 or in the 40,700s or something like that, then you're probably feeling pretty decent. And the subsequent bar, you can expect that it might take a shot at these highs, and you can maybe then put your stop underneath this bar. Just move the stop to like underneath this bar or something like that. I guess we'll see in the next 40 minutes. We'll decide what we want to think. But yeah, daily close coming up. You know how I feel about tight stops at daily close. I hate tight stops at daily close. I think it's a very poor decision. So probably don't move the stop to being underneath this bar, even if we do get a nice trend bar up here. You probably have to keep the stop at least for the first hour of the day, and then maybe after the first hour of the day, depending on what we see, then you can consider moving the stop to like under here, or maybe even under the next bar, or maybe by that time you even have taken your profit. But yeah, just these are just the thoughts that should be going through your head concerning your stop placement and concerning the trade if you are in this trade from here. If you're not in the trade, I don't really think it makes sense to be, taking the trade for a few reasons. One, that daily close is coming up. That daily candle is so sharp that it just makes sense that to start the next day we might try and retrace a little bit. And we can go as low as like $40,000 and still be very, very bullish because of how strong this candle ended up being, right? Like this candle is 9%, So to retrace like a couple percent is no big deal. Um, Before we continue higher. Like I definitely expect from a candle like this that we possibly get a retracement into 39's area and then just boom it up to 43 in the next 25 hours. So that's kind of probably what I'm thinking. Um, the alternative, my excuse me, my guesses are that we either do something like this tomorrow, like bounce down to 39 and then push up there, or maybe we just do something like this. We come back down here, and then maybe the next day we go back up, or kind of thing. Let me delete this too, so that this is a little bit easier to see. Something like this, or maybe we do something like this, and then run it back to the lows of the channel and continue to acknowledge this channel. We'll have to see. This was super strong. Possible disrespect of the channel, but again, possibly not a disrespect of the channel, and we may not get another opportunity to push higher. We'll see.